Never. Listen, give up. Never.
Another questionable scene was the long, uninterrupted torture sequence. In this scene, Jeff Fisher was tortured by Nelson and Laurie Brown, and it was rumored that real torture devices were used.
So, you got another one, huh?
Yeah, I figured you'd be able to use this one.
Yeah, you guys again?
Yeah, can we interview you for a few moments?
Hurry up, I got people following me.
All right.
Get in the car. I got a fucking fork shoved right through my tongue, huh? What the hell what do you want?
Jeff Fisher went through hell for Dan. He went through absolute hell. And I was one of the people who gave it to him. The torture scene. What? Oh. Every once in a while I need to let out some aggressions, and he wanted to do it, and he let Dan slap him, so I feel good with it.
Some have said that the torture scene actually originated from Godfather's 2 co-scripter Matt Keller.
I'm afraid I'm going to have to decline answering that. I mean, I was indeed co-writer of Godfather's Part 2, but I'm not going to be able to field that question at this time. You're going to have to go through my attorneys at Dewey, Scrum and Howe.
Well, I got the money. That's about all I needed. Don't need to see another pretty boy face like mine around.
Fisher's invisible. He doesn't exist as far as I'm concerned.
Your bowl. You want your bowl? Yeah.
Fisher's character is also the one that film scholars around the world have speculated had more than a friendly relationship with Krause's character.
The Godfather's friend came to a little more than just a friend, but he was... the whole cast was wondering what was going on between these two characters, if they had homosexual ties or not, but if you look deep into it, you'll see what I mean. Part of that film is missing. It's laying on the cutting floor. It's in a vault somewhere. And I'm trying to find it. That's what my goal is.
Well, Fish, I mean, granted, they're complex characters, yeah, sure, but I don't know about that. I mean...
But by far, the scene that brought Godfathers 2 the most infamy was the Pickard-Brown seduction scene.
Excuse me.
Excuse me. You dropped this.
Did I?
As one of Dan's few female stars, she obviously has a special place among the production company. Dan generally cast males because some would say he was a male chauvinist pig.
I thought those, those seductive shots of Laurie Brown were just, class grade A. I would consider it more of a glorified portrait of that son of a bitch Joe Adam. I think that's what it was. I think it was all just, let's show Joe Adam for 2.5 hours. Let's give him all the time behind the camera, huh?
That hairstyle is so chic. And that ring is so classy. And those shoes are so sassy. Are those patent leather?
Oh, yes, they are.
Well, Ben Pickard had an interesting history with Danman Productions. He had some tough times there around Godfathers 2. And you could tell he was on edge most of the time in that film. And sometimes we had to cut from shots of his eyes down to his tie because you could just see murder in his eyes.
I found Ben Pickard struggling with an off-Broadway version of Alibaba and his loopy, nutty face. And when I saw him, I knew he had a certain kind of charisma that I was looking for.
I guess all sex scenes are very well choreographed. And it was all done down to the finest minute detail. It's like, Lori, now you'll put your hand here on bend. It was sort of like a modified twister. It was a lot of fun.
It wasn't just a pretty much shut up and do it. Kraus physically taped me himself. And I'm not talking taping as in videotaping, the duct tape. Yeah. Zoom in on the small child, right above us. I mean, that was a little too far.
No, people don't understand art. That's the whole thing. It was beautiful. Dan felt it. He went with it. He wanted me to do some bizarre things. And I did some of them just because I wanted to. And some of them I said, Dan, you're a psycho. I'll never do that. And then Dad said, I'll give you some money. And I said, okay. And I guess that was sort of our relationship. It was sort of, he bribed me, and I'm the highest paid member of the cast so far.
Keller and Ben Huff reprised their dueling hitmen roles of Buzz Machachi and Scaleri.
I thought we made a real good pair. Our fighting styles are very similar. Both of us, you know, tried to look intimidating without actually wanting to hurt ourselves, you know. We didn't want to get dirty either.
Some say he was the better actor. That's a crock.
The finale, in which almost all the characters were killed off, was reportedly filmed in virtually inhuman conditions.
Frigid comes to my mind. Hypothermia is another good word. We're in this barn where it's freezing out. The temperature is negative 85 with wind chills exceeding over 100. There's machinery in there. There's sharp pointed things all over the place. And we have to do a half-hour finale until we get it right. I was in a t-shirt. My toes got majorly frostbitten. I had to remove one of my toes. So we did pay for that finale.
I thought it was good, except you didn't get to see enough of me in the end shot. All you saw was my foot. And if you didn't know I was wearing boots before that, you didn't know who it was. You're just like, hey, who's that foot?